Welcome back. Union Home Minister Amit Shah's first big move in Bengal. He said that BJP will allocate 600 acres of land for Bengal border fencing within 45 days to control illegal immigration. We will give that to the Indian government and complete the work of the fencing on the borders. National security is always a priority for the BJP. Let's listen in to Home Minister Amit Shah's statement on this that he gave out a few weeks ago.
बहनों, हमने तय किया है कि भाजपा सरकार बनते ही 45 दिन में 600 एकड़ भूमि जो बाढ़ पूरी करने के लिए चाहिए वो हम भारत सरकार को देकर सीमा पर बाढ़ लगाने का काम पूरा कर देंगे। मुझे बताओ मालदा वालों, ये सिंडिकेट परेशान करती है या नहीं करती? अरे जोर से बोलो, करती है या नहीं करती? आपको बालू लेना है तो सिंडिकेट को टैक्स देना पड़ता है या नहीं देना पड़ता है? सीमेंट लेना है तो टैक्स देना पड़ता है या नहीं देना पड़ता है? आप यहां से भाजपा सरकार बना दो, हमारे गौर चंद्र मंडल आगे आओ और निवारण घोष, ये दोनों को बड़े बहुमत से जिता दो। भतीजा कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, सारी सिंडिकेट जेल की सलाखों के पीछे हो।
Renik Datta, my colleague, joins us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Renik, गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने कुछ दिन पहले मालदा में कहा था कि जैसे ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी पश्चिम बंगाल की कमान संभालेगी तो सबसे पहले बॉर्डर की जो फेंसिंग है जिससे घुसपैठ अंदर आ जाते हैं उसको कवर किया जाएगा, उस पर प्राथमिकता दी जाएगी।
एकदम देखिए, प्रचार के दौरान अमित शाह की तरफ से यह बयान दिया गया था कि प्राथमिक काम भाजपा सरकार का पश्चिम बंगाल में होगा कि बॉर्डर सुरक्षा, बॉर्डर को सुरक्षित करना ही मेन लक्ष्य होगा बीजेपी सरकार का, ये ऐसा अमित शाह की तरफ से कहा गया था। और आज भी जब शुभेंदु अधिकारी को सीएम चुना गया उसके बाद अमित शाह की तरफ से बॉर्डर इशू को लेकर भी बयान दिया गया है। आज भी अमित शाह की तरफ से कहा गया है कि अभी जैसे कि त्रिपुरा, असम और बंगाल तीनों बीजेपी का शासित राज्य है, तो बॉर्डर में अभी एक भी घुसपैठ नहीं हो पाएगा, एक भी घुसपैठ करने वाले लोग परिंदा भी नहीं पर सकता है, ऐसा अमित शाह की तरफ से कहा गया है। यानी आज भी गृह मंत्री की तरफ से एकदम स्पष्ट कर दिया गया है कि घुसपैठ रोकना अभी भाजपा सरकार का महत्वपूर्ण एक असाइनमेंट होगा। और पहला असाइनमेंट भी ये हो सकता है कि किसी भी हालात पर जिस तरीके से मालदा मुर्शिदाबाद से लगातार घुसपैठ का खबर आता था, लगातार घुसपैठ का आरोप उठता था, तो उस जगह को सिक्योर करना ही अभी बीजेपी सरकार का पहला लक्ष्य होगा, ऐसा आज भी उनकी तरफ से कहा गया है।
रैनिक, इस जानकारी के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए आपका धन्यवाद। ब्रिगेडियर विनोद दत्ता, defense expert, is with us on this program. Colonel J.S. Sodhi, defense expert, also joins us on the show. Brigadier Datta, security and the infiltration problem that West Bengal has been dealing with, which also resulted in a lot of illegal immigrants hopping across the border, is finally going to be addressed by the Bharatiya Janata Party, who takes over West Bengal as the new government. In your expertise, sir, what actually is this problem? How big has it been? And why haven't previous governments been able to rake it in?
Certainly it is going to be a big challenge for the present government or the BJP government because the longest border which we share is that with Bangladesh, almost 4,094 kilometers. Now, this border not only is porous, but it has a lot of geographical features which favors the infiltrators, which favors the smugglers, which favors the anti-national elements to come and go. Another problem was about the enclaves and the conclaves which were there. Of course, the BJP government in 2015 sorted out most of them because there were almost 55,000 people, those who were living. There were some Indian enclaves and Bangladesh enclaves and conclaves. Now, only one Teen Biga corridor is, yet to be resolved. But now this illegal migration which is there, and since this government, this was one of their manifesto that they'll be, throwing out all the people who have illegally sneaked into the country, is going to be a very big challenge. Now the government in Bangladesh is also not very favorably inclined towards India because they have, their allegiance more to China, Pakistan, and various other countries which don't see, India in a very, very, a bright light. So the Bangladesh, the incident post Sheikh Hasina, you have seen that the Indian formations also had to be re-engineered and redeployed. Now, the biggest problem is that security of these corridors, especially, various borders, is going to be a very, very big challenge. Though the fencing, what he's talking, will take a lot of time, but the patrolling has to be intensified. The ingress and egress of people has to be stopped, and they have to have a very good intelligence, setup, and it has to, the BSF and the other CAPF, they have to work hand in glove with the Indian Army and the state administration. Then only you will be able to curb it, because otherwise now the kind of statement which are coming from Bangladesh that the entire Bangladesh is there with Mamta, that she should declare it as an independent state. All this kind of rhetoric which is there, India has to take a serious note of it, and the border sealing has to be done. It has to be done like what how it was done in 1984 in Punjab border. The operation was called as Operation Woodrose. So similarly, the security forces have got a very, very challenging task in their hand, and so is the government. First is identifying these people, weeding out these people, and then deporting them to Bangladesh. It is going to be a very time-consuming exercise, but the government has to do it because there are a large number of illegal things which are happening in West Bengal, and they were all sponsored, across from the, the other side of the border. So the present government, since it was one of their important manifestos, will have to work on this manifesto on a war footing.
Colonel J.S. Sodhi also joins us on the program. Colonel Sodhi, appreciate you being here with us. Well, this fencing is a big undertaking. More than 4,000 kilometers of porous border with Bangladesh. How has it been a continuous, concern when it comes to security? How will it be a concern if this task is not undertaken at a fast pace, sir?
Jai Hind, Vineet. It is my honor to be on an esteemed channel and a privilege to be with the eminent co-panelist. On 8th June 2017, General Bipin Rawat, the then Chief of Army Staff, had stated that India has to be prepared for a 2.5 front war. Last year on 8th July, General Anil Chauhan, the Chief of Defence Staff, stated that the growing proximity of China, Pakistan and Bangladesh is going to cause serious security and stability dynamics for India in the times ahead. Well, we are aware that the two-front war on India is on the horizon, which will happen anytime after 2030. Whether Bangladesh opens up militarily or not, that only time will tell, but we have to be fully prepared for it. And regarding the half front, we have seen how the illegal immigrants have today, started acquiring a legitimate face here in the country whose intentions are deeply in doubt. I would like to quote an example from history. In January 1940, as the World War II was on, Hitler decided to attack Britain, and which he planned in August 1940. In January 1940, the Nazi party contacted Dr. Franz Six in London, and he was told to raise 6 secret commando units to cause mayhem when the German troops would reach the British shores. Well, the plans of Germany failed, and Operation Sea Lion was called off on 12th October 1940. In 1945, after the Allied forces had taken over the German army headquarters, all these details were buried in the file. One can imagine the mayhem that these half front would have caused had the German soldiers reached the British shores. So on a similar note, the government of India is taking the right step by announcing the fencing on the Bangladesh border, because today the maximum threat for the internal front, which can be caused from these illegal immigrants, apart from the fact that there would be a drain on our resources, which are always limited for any nation. As far as this project of completing in 45 days is concerned, well, it is no doubt a challenging task. But then knowing the pace at which the government of India has been working, I am sanguine that it will be completed well before time, because every minute now is extremely important for the security of the country, as has been rightly stated by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah today evening in Kolkata.